Hello, this is Mark from I Am Organic Gardening, and today I'm going to give you an update on my Back to Eden garden. This is my new garden that I put the wood chips down last year, and you haven't seen this on video since January 1st of this year, 2017. And that time, the peach trees were dormant because I just planted them. I got them in a bare root, and that's in a different video. But the 8 peach trees that are covered in weeds and also cover crops are hidden in those mounds. You can see a couple of them doing very nicely in the middle. And there's one in the front mound here, which is solid weeds. That's all weeds. Now, I've neglected it, of course, and we've had some really hot and humid weather. But to keep things going on the farm, I have to concentrate on other areas. And sometimes I neglect areas and they get out of control, just like you see here. But what I have been doing in the meantime is maintaining my tomato plants where located. This is one of the rows right here. This is the first row. This is Early Girl. And that's doing extremely well with this hot, humid weather we're having. And what's going out of control, these are cherry tomato plants. They're about 5 feet tall and thick. And you can see here that hedge. Those are all cherry tomato plants. And I've been picking cherry tomatoes off of them and selling them. The market is extremely high for them and the demand is high for them, so I've been busy on that aspect. So this area I was going to dedicate for growing watermelon and cantaloupe. I'm still going to plant them up. We'll see how they go. It's a little late in the season, but I think they'll do fine. We have plenty of time, and with this weather and unexpected possibilities may happen, we might get a very good harvest out of them. But I want to show you something that's very interesting, and I want to record this so you can all see this, what I'm going to explain next. So this is what I want to show you that's very interesting, and I didn't notice until later on when the weeds started growing so much in this mound on your right hand side, this mound here where there's a peach tree hidden there, and that's why I want to cut the foliage down. Now, the left hand side I planted a cover crop in there of field peas, chickpeas. I had a whole bunch of seeds left over, winter rye, ryegrass, some clover was in there, some alfalfa was in there, and I just threw it in there. And I only had able to do 5 or 4.5 mounds of this winter, or this cover crop that goes in there. Now you can see there's less weeds here. Now over here, I didn't plant any cover crop seeds. So what I'm pointing out, and really interesting, is that why did I get so many weeds on the right hand side compared to the left hand side? Well, then a lot of people, including myself when I first understood it, was, well, I blocked the weeds out because on the left hand side, because I planted it up with a cover crop first, and that shaded it out. And that's what I always, thought about things or something like that. But until I did this other video way back when, where it's fungal to, or bacteria to fungal, or how to increase fungal in your soil. What this is healthy soil over here. And when all that cover crop went in there, opening up the roots opening up the soil started growing mycorrhizal fungi. And that's fungal, not fungus, fungal. Fungal is anything that's increasing the health of the soil. So all that was just bacteria one time in there, and I increased fungal. I increased the soil food web, and that made that soil a little bit healthier. And what that does, it decreases the amount of bacteria in the soil because all the fungal components are either being equal or equal to it or eating it, so it doesn't get out of control. But on this side here, there was nothing to help that soil to grow fungal in there because there's no other plants. Weeds are not mycorrhizal friendly, so they don't use the mycorrhizal network. So you can see how they got out of control so easily on this side. And when I cut the weeds aside, and that's what I want to show the goal here, that basically you can see all the peach trees, and I'll do a scan around. They all look pretty good. Now, let's see how that peach tree looks when I remove all the weeds. I'm not going to pull them out, never pull a weed out. I'm just going to cut them all down using a electric hedge trimmer, and we're going to leave all the roots in the ground, and then we're going to plant another cover crop on top. So this is where I planted my first peach tree. Now what I did, I have to go back to the other video, and I'll explain it briefly, is I went in there and removed all the wood chips that get down to the soil. Now the wood chips here are about 1.5 feet thick, so I brought in dirt from somewhere else. I brought in topsoil from another part of my farm and put it in here. That's why we have a lot of weeds, because what I did was, I basically tilled this soil and they destroyed it, but I needed to get soil in here somehow, so I had to move it. And in the process of moving it, I try to be careful as much as possible, but you're going to move it all around, you're going to break up all the networks, you're going to basically till the soil and destroy it, and it has to repair itself. So that's what I did, and this is the result that you get from it. That's why you get weeds, because you remove all that fungal capability in there and you're just left with bacteria. All soil has bacteria, and what it is doing now, the weeds are thriving there because it's nothing but bacteria and nothing else would grow. So this is the next mound, or I'll call it island number 2, and that's where we have the same type of peach tree in. Now you can see here that I do have at least probably 50% of weeds in here, but the rest in here, you can see some of the brown grass there is some of the winter rye growing, and it tried to heal itself to some extent. But see, when you apply something in there that is going to help grow your soil to get all those roots in there, in this island, in this beautiful island here that I have set up with the peach tree in there, it can repair itself. It's going to take time. I still have weeds in there, but they're not as tall and is not as dominating as the other side, because I've increased the other part. I've increased the fungal part of the soil. And all these other islands that I made in the wood chips here, you can see I did throw some cover crop down, but when you get way towards the back again, there's about, let's say, 2 mounds back there that, again, I did not put cover crop seed on ahead of time, and they grew a lot of weeds tall again. So I just want to show you this, because there's no way I could have picked out good soil or bad soil or more soil with weed seeds in it compared to something else. It is about the fungal component of the soil that keeps weeds down. So here's my island number 6 out of 8. Now you can see here I just had about a little bit of a handful, and I threw some cover crop seed down right in this one spot, and you can see how much it has reduced the amount of weeds in there. I didn't get to do the whole island, because all where you see it growing, that's all soil underneath, but you can see for just that one example that I threw something down there in that one spot, that it helped repair the soil from after moving it all the time, and the rest is pure weeds around it. You can see even the height of it. And that is just because, again, of repairing the soil with living roots to help that mycorrhizal fungi grow in the ground. And also the fungal. The fungal part is not so much the mycorrhizal fungi is part of it, but it's the nematodes, it's the arthropods, it's the fungus that's in the soil. It's the fungus, the decaying of the wood chips. That's the fungal component that's going to help reduce those weeds. It's never going to be weed free, but you can see how it reduces it so much in just a little bit of an area when you try to plant it up with something that's going to increase the fungal capability in your soil. I just noticed something tucked away in the tree here, and let me see if I can get a better view of it. And there it is. I have a nice little peach growing in there. Just came inside. We had a huge thunderstorm coming in. We're supposed to get 1.5 inches of rain, and so we're going to go into a flood watch soon. Now, I want to show you where I get them from, the peach trees, because a lot of people ask me. It's from groworganic.com. That's in the upper left-hand corner over here, the name. And then just enter in your zone, and I'm in zone 6 here, so then it will tell me which peach trees I can pick from. So the ones that I have out there is, where are they? Suncrest is the one that you saw that has the peach on the tree, and Red Haven is the other one. So I have 4 Red Havens in the beginning, and then I have the Suncrest later on, and that's with the peach on the tree, like I said. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will resume filming as soon as it stops raining, hopefully within the next day or so, and I will inform you how the cleanup is going to go. I will film that for you. I will see you shortly again, and thank you very much. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe.